that I am not dropping a ridiculous amount of frames or any bitrate. Hopefully.
It'll be fine.
You never know with Aussie Nat.
大丈夫だよ.
Anyway, I'm just gonna do some quick risk management and close a couple of windows before some asshole out there decides it's a good idea to mow his lawn at like 5 p.m.
What?
Nah.
The laws are long at that time.
Every single day, there's someone mowing their lawn in this suburb for some reason or another. So, yeah,
why such a time like that?
I have no idea. It just happens, whether it's like 6 a.m. in the morning or like 8 p.m. at night. Someone's doing it.
Yeah, that's so odd. なるほどね。
Yeah, I'll be back in just a moment.
No worries, take your time.
Alright, I'm back. I took one look out the window. I took one look out the window and someone's just revving the engine of a lawnmower. Just right in front of me. I'm like, okay, time to turn on the noise gate.
Why does your neighbor do that?
I don't know. It's one of those kinds of neighborhoods where everything is halfway to the country, but not quite country yet, essentially.
So an oddball. なるほどね。なるほどね。Your day going by so far?
It's been alright. Morning was a bit of a interesting morning, to say the least.
やばい.
Nah, just a podcast that derailed about a half dozen times, I think. Something like that, or more than that. Likely more than that. Anyhow.
Take it easy. Take it easy, there you go.
Oh, Blue's arrived.
Blue's just sleeping in the bar. Wow, you just arrive in the chat just to sleep? Wow, okay.
As it happens.
Oh yeah.
That's one of my viewers.
Hello, Alex. Yeah.
Oh,
Blue. Wow, Blue. Wow, Blue.
As it happens, anyhow. I'll get us formally started in about 2 minutes.
No worries, no worries. Hello, Alex. I think you can hear us through the loading screen.
That's the idea, so yeah, they most definitely can. Alright, let's see, it's about 5 p.m. over here. Alright, should be good to go for about 2 hours at least.
Alright, I think it should be fine. That's a good amount of time.
Alright, I'm pretty sure there was something I was supposed to ask you before starting, but... We'll cross that bridge when we get over it, I guess. If I remember at some point.
No worries. I have a feeling I know what it is, but that's okay. I'll let it hit you first.
Eh? But by all means, if you have an inkling, by all means, give it a shot.
I think it's the introduction part.
Eh?
Introduction? Yeah. So people know who I am.
Oh, wait, that's just question 1 on this list, so it seems.
Oh. Oh. It's like, who is this person? Who is this with ego?
Alright, 5-minute mark. Let's get started then.
Hi. Hajimaru yo!
Alright, table loading, and here we go. Yeah, how we start all of these, by all means, do introduce yourself.
Hello, hello! My name is Chiyong. I am a dragon with healing powers, so basically if someone were to cut themselves by accident, I could just heal them by simply kissing them, or I just blow dragon breath and then they get healed all the way.
Mm-hmm.
And I also own an onsen with healing properties, because I love bats.
Alright.
Bats are passion.
Wow, okay. So that's, interestingly enough, that's a lot more of a lore dump than either Blue, Yasen, or Hiro gave, actually.
Wait, that's quite a bit of lore?
Yeah, that is quite a bit of lore, actually.
Yabaizo.
There's healing, dragon part, then onsen, 3 different elements shoved in. I think Yasen's case was ninja under the trees, and then Hiro was along the lines of 900 and something of reincarnation, something like that. And that was about all I got out of it. Oh, hey, it's a Hiro.
Hi, Hiro. Hi, Blue says like I'm a gorilla. Redo the healer but wholesome. Why do you have to bring that up?
Don't worry, that one I will try not to bring up at any point. Anyway. So, why the healing motif, I will ask.
Yes. Why the healing motif?
Yep. Why healing, specifically?
I actually originally started Dita because I used to play Final Fantasy 14 a lot, and I decided I like to play White Mage a lot, which explains my design a lot, especially the horns.
Okay.
Yeah, I like to play White Mage a lot, so I'm like, yeah, I'm a dragon with healing powers, yatta!
So, in which case, I'm guessing you played an Aura, then, was it?
Yep, I played an Aura. I'm basically a heavily modified, like, crazy Aura with a lot of different inspirations.
Wait, crazy? Oh dear. Then the other part I'll ask is, why the onsen?
Why the onsen? Because, I think while I was still playing Final Fantasy at the time, like, that, I ended up going to Japan for vacation, so I ended up traveling there. Then, like, I actually really wanted to go to the bath, so I went a couple times. I was really nervous at first, because I had to be naked in front of everyone, but turns out no one gives a shit, so we just enjoy the bath together.
Wow, okay. So,
yeah, and the bath feels amazing.
Ah, okay. I guess that explains why your introduction to most followers is, what was it? Welcome to the Ryokan, I think it was? Along the lines of that.
Yeah, very welcome. Yeah, welcome to your Ryokan.
Oh wow, that's a sudden influx of viewers. Holy heck.
Welcome, everyone.
Alright, moving along that same kind of thread. So, your design is more kind of white mage based, you mentioned?
Kind of, yeah. A mix of white mage while also kind of like... Well, the thing is, I also really like Lolita fashion too, which... Like, it's a mix of, like, fantasy and Lolita fashion, so I ended up, like, looking up a lot of references for my mama to make, so, like, I ended up thinking of, like, like, a little, like, I especially like thigh-high socks, too, so, like, my socks are, like, white, but, like, I also like to have them, like, cutesies, but also kind of magical looking, so ribbons around the socks with the heart thing, then, like, then also, like, big ribbons. Ribbons are really cute. I also really like, yeah, the reason why I have like these long ass sleeves is because Lolita wear.
Fair enough.
And the shoes too is also like kind of like kawaii Lolita kind of thing. But another inspiration with the outfit is also, or like my character is also like Fire Emblem with the Manakits. Because they use a Firestone to transform into dragon form, which I actually do transform into dragon form.
I did notice the dragon form redeem, and I saw it once or twice, I think. Any inspiration for that particular design, then? The dragon form?
Oh, that particular design? Well, I looked into so many different designs, like, holy crap, that was the most difficult part, because I'm like, I want a dragon form, but having to come up with a dragon is difficult, because there's so many different dragons.
There really are.
So I ended up, like, looking at Pokemon for... inspiration.
Oh, wait. Oh, that makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah, it looks like... Yeah, I look like a mix of Milotic and Dragonair, but also... But also, the fluffy tail part is designed by, like, is based off of Haku from Spirited Away,
Oh, okay. So, quite a few places of
who
inspiration then.
who also works in the real Gum too.
Well, a lot of parallels to draw, I suppose. But hey, part of a good design is how much you can take.
Exactly.
Grab that familiarity, I suppose. But hey. So regarding that, when it comes to the kinds of streams that you're kind of opting for, what kind of content do you find yourself producing? So gaming streams, chatting streams, art, whatever.
So I think I'm a variety streamer. So originally I kind of just started off with me just playing games because at first I thought maybe I could do like just horror games with like scary like just my raw expression. I'm just like oh god, because when I first played Phasmo, it was Phasmo solo because I was too shy to ask anyone to collab at the time. So
Oi.
oh man, it's so scary playing alone.
I can
Yeah,
imagine.
that was the first time I started playing. Yeah, and then I want to do art because like I like to draw. I like to draw quite well, so like sometimes, but mostly as a hobby. Not like I don't really want to do anything like big with it. I just like to draw for fun.
That's fair
So
enough.
in order to keep my drawing streak, I try to do drawing streams once a week.
Oh, that's nice. Keeping a hobby going, at least, or keeping skills
Oh
up.
yeah.
I should really do the same with my piano at times, because that tends to be hit or miss anyhow. Just
yeah, なるほどね.
Hey, you forget that this thing right next to me exists and I could probably power it up and play it, but yeah, I don't know.
なるほどね. Yumemi, hi!
That's a rare face, I suppose.
I love you, Memi.
Let's see, so I'll throw the first kind of curveball at you. So, let's see, there is the thought of, you did mention that you more so cater towards variety streaming, etc. And this is probably going to be one of my more difficult questions to ask, which is why I'm front-loading it anyhow. But how exactly do you feel about the more, say, e-girl or girlfriend sort of angle of streaming, where specifically it's people are there for cute girl doing cute things rather than personality behind it?
Cute girl doing cute things, like the e-girl thing with variety streamers?
Yep. What are your thoughts on that?
That's an interesting question. Like, I kind of think of it as like they kind of want to see something cute doing metal things, but honestly, I just see it as me, just some dragon with pink hair, just doing things, and I'm just kind of vibing. That's it. But then people just decide to watch me vibe for some reason. It's like, hi everyone, but I like to entertain them too in the meantime, because I'm like, I don't want to bore them or anything.
Let's say, do you find yourself attracting that kind of audience though at times, or do you more so find that you've got regulars which keep on coming instead?
I actually do have a few regulars who I'm really happy that they do come by, and every time I see them I do get really happy. Though I have had a couple of interesting viewers come by. Yeah.
But by all means,
just a couple interesting ones, yeah.
Do elaborate to an extent, like whatever you're comfortable with.
No worries, I don't mind. Bring it on.
So when you say interesting, is this kind of the more creepy or stalkerish kind of characters, or what kind are we talking here?
I don't know how to explain. I actually had to talk to my friends about it, and they said that it's some sort of like obsessive idol fan kind of like behavior.
Idol worship, huh? Idol culture.
Yep,
yeah, that's an interesting sort, I'd say.
Yep. I have one that...
Go on.
Yeah, I have one that said that because I didn't have a Discord, or they're like, hey, if you don't have a Discord, I'll make it for you. I'm like, please don't. And then they're like, it's okay, I'll do it. And I'm like, no, don't. Like, I had to tell them firmly not to. And at one point, they asked what my lore was, and I'm like, I have a... Or they more so asked if I had a lore, and I'm like, yes, I do. And they're like, oh, if you don't have it, I can write one up for you. And I'm like,
Oh boy. Gachikoi. Yeah,
Luckily, I haven't seen them in a while, but still, like every time I see them, I'm just like, yabai. They, uh, but they haven't really actually broken the rules officially, so I can't do much about it.
it, it's a bit odd though, in the sense of, as one say, the idol worship angle kind of more comes out for like the harder to attain or bigger sort of streamers. And here we are just being, well, indies and hobbyists, I suppose. So,
Yeah, like
regarding
I'm a
that,
very,
hmm,
I'm a very small streamer and have always been kind of small, which I'm fine with because it's like it's like more relaxing, less overwhelming. But at the same time, it's like, why go that far?
in that case, I'll segue into another mainline question, rather. Spare
No
you the
worries. What's wrong
curveballs
with
for now.
being? No worries. What's wrong with being that proactive and supportive? I know, right? 本当にやばい! やばいよ!
Okay, so in which case, thoughts on the indie VTuber scene, just in general. How do you see this scene kind of developing? Do you see it getting any bigger per se, or do you think we're gonna start bleeding from here?
So when I first saw the indie scene, I think the whole indie thing blew up because of Hololive EN being a thing, and then people got inspired, which is a-okay, because I did too. Because Ina is actually one of my, like, I'm a huge fan of Ina, and she's like one of my oshi, but I have a feeling, like, even though it has been getting bigger with some people and they're being happier and more successful, which I'm really happy for, I have a feeling it might bleed too. And I have seen a couple VTubers just either quit VTubing or just have been in long cases of hiatuses because it just wasn't working out for them. And they just feel bad because of lack of numbers. They feel like they're not doing enough or life gets in the way kind of thing.
It's fair
And some
enough.
people like want to become VTubers because they're like, oh, we're gonna get big, we're gonna get famous, we're gonna get successful with lots of money. But it's like, no, it doesn't work that way. It's hard work.
On that vein, then, how much effort do you find goes into, say, indie VTubing? Do you find that you need to treat it like a job, or do you need to treat it like a serious hobby, or just casual? How do you find it, per se?
I think it depends on the person. Personally, I just find it just a casual hobby. So I basically stream just to keep myself busy due to what's happening in the world right now. And like where I am from, we were in lockdown, so I had to I actually had nowhere to go and I couldn't even hang out with my friends, so or even leave where I was from. So I could only go to work and then go home, and it was devastating. So I ended up just going to VTubing and streaming because I was like, why not? I guess I could give it a shot.
So more of an outlet in that regard, I suppose, then. Because
Yeah.
Streaming is a good way of getting out there and just being, well, active, I suppose. Like, even myself, I'm something of a potato, so, just...
Same here.
So when I ended up finishing up at my radio place, I decided, you know what, I need somewhere to actually speak about things or just do whatever, so... Yeah. So, in regards to following up on that indie scene and sort of commitment, how do you feel about the debut sort of culture and the process that you personally went through for debut?
Debut cultures. This is an interesting one because as soon as I got my model and I kind of threw myself into the community, I ended up just kind of wanting to debut just so I could stream and get it over with. But that was before I knew about like pre-debuting stuff and like practicing streaming or PNG tubing. That was before I knew any of that, which I probably should have researched in the beginning for that before I actually debuted. But I feel like it is what it is because when I debuted, it was so scuffed because I lost my files to the panels, and so I ended up just literally going onto Clip Studio Paint and just typing everything down.
Eh?
That's what I had to do.
Wait, how long ago did you debut, come to think of it?
I debuted in November 19th, but I
wow,
only had
so
5 viewers because no one
sometime
really,
last
and I
year.
had like, yeah, and also had very, very few followers, so I just wanted to get it done and over with, and that's it, because I didn't even care about getting big. But with debut culture, I feel like debut culture is like, I think it's just like kind of like it's like a hype train thing. It's like introducing yourself and then like showing what you'll do kind of thing, and then singing at the end or questions or game time with viewers. But the thing is, I feel like there's also a lot of pressure on debut as well because of course, like whenever I see people with debuting, they get the most amount of viewers, but then after debut, it's like, oh, they're just back to kind of like just low.
But that seems to be somewhat on the opposite end for you, I'd say. At least from what I've observed. You mentioned you only had like 5 viewers at debut?
Yeah, that was like, 5 viewers, and now for some reason my average has increased, but I think it's because I've just been like just streaming more and then like kind of getting to know other people in the meantime because I like to check out other people's streams after streaming.
Yeah, your average seems a bit on the higher end, at least from wherever I start looking around anyhow. Because, yeah.
Nah, my average used to be like I used to like stay like maybe around like 3 or 5 for a good couple months, and now it's like at average of randomly 16 and sometimes 20, and I'm like, whoa, what is this? What is happening?
If you think of that in real life scale, then you've filled a room pretty much. You've filled maybe 2 COVID safe rooms anyhow, but hey.
I can't believe I ended up just going that far because like I just have very low expectations while like just streaming.
It's fair enough, but let's see. So you don't exactly have very high aspirations for streaming per se. This will just remain a hobby for you, or do you want to go further?
I was thinking of doing some more covers. Like I already have one planned, but I need to figure. I already just DM someone to try to make an instrumental for it, so I can be able to upload it on YouTube, and then find someone to. I did find someone to tune and mix, but I have to like get the instrumental first.
Alright, it's fair enough then. But say,
Yeah,
in the last few months of streaming, what do you find as your favorite kind of streams to do? Out of the variety that you commit yourself to.
I kind of like to do. Lately, okay, originally I kind of like to do like just the let's play kind of thing, like let's play Nier Automata or Sakuna, and now I've been kind of at the drawing stream parts because probably because my viewers seem to like my art streams more than me playing games. And I'm starting to enjoy like playing games with viewers also. This is a brand new thing, and I was actually having a lot of fun with it.
It's fair enough in that regard, catering towards what your viewers prefer. Is there any aspect of it you think that they prefer over your other streams?
I guess seeing my reactions to things, and I guess it's mostly reactions to me playing the game and while I start talking to them and stuff, but some people say that my art streams are super relaxing.
I've got that general feeling when I tuned in on a few of them. I'd kind of left them just in the background, and then if I heard something jank, immediately tuned back in and was like...
Something random always happens in my art streams more than my gaming streams. Like there's some sort of like... I wouldn't say curse, but some sort of weird like thing happening.
I suppose it's because there's a lull that suddenly, something interesting just pops in and bam. Because, art stream, then suddenly halfway through, it suddenly becomes you're talking about eroge.
Actually, I don't even remember how the eroge talk even happened.
I don't remember how that started either. I was just there partway through and was like, eh?
I don't even know how it happened. I have a feeling it was because Hiro decided to pop in, and every time I drew thighs, he was all like lewd, and I'm like, wow, Hiro, wow.
Fair enough. Thighs are lewd though, I will say.
Oi, they're not that lewd.
Depends on how they're drawn. But yeah, I'll throw another one of the curveballs I randomly had written down. Do recommend an eroge. Anyone? Any one that you think of off the top of your head.
Do I recommend any eroge? I recommend Utaoreru Mono. Utaoreru Mono, which is like I like eroge that has really good story to it. Like Uto Mono has good story, and it even has like RPG gameplay. Plus, it's available on Steam, where you don't even have to look at the sexy parts.
Sorry, I had to mute for a second there, simply because that's one of my favorite bloody series.
So you were just you were fanning.
I'm just trying not to scream, essentially. Because next to no one knows that bloody series when I bring it up, and it's like...
I haven't played the second game yet, but I played the first game a long time ago, and yeah, it's really good.
The first game is really damn good. Then the second and third turn it into a marvelous trilogy, is what I'll say. The third one in particular does require you to have played the first one to get any idea of what the hell is going on there.
Yabai, so even though the first one came out like over almost 20 years ago.
They did release.
It has been so long.
They did release that remake though, so yeah. It's easy to catch up with things.
Yeah, I like eroge with like. I like eroge with good gameplay.
So yeah, the second and third games in that series were actually designed as a duology. You were meant to be able to play just those two without any knowledge of the first one. But the third one ended up referencing way too much back to the first, essentially.
So people that haven't played the first one will have no idea, and they're like, "Oh God, do we have to see the porn parts of the game?"
Thankfully not, because those are yabai yo. Hontoni yabai.
Yeah, they were awkward. I'm not gonna lie.
They really were. Holy hell, they really were.
Awkward and out of place.
Like when you get the MC going around with every single one of them, then
yeah.
And it's a linear plot too, so it's like.
It's like okay.
Just like internal screaming.
I think he almost. I think he almost went with the twins, but it turns out it didn't work out. So it's fine. It's fine.
Oh my god! I'm pretty sure those are dudes. I'm very
boys.
sure.
They're boys.
Yep.
Not that the game allows BL option, anyways, but yeah, that's a game I recommend. Another good eroge series. If you want good story, anything by Nitro Plus or Nitro Plus Churro, which is a BL branch.
Nitro Plus. If I recall correctly, that was Steins Gate, was it?
Yeah, but Steins Gate doesn't have the ero parts. It's just story.
Yeah, for the most part. Let's see, Nitro Plus.
They also made Kanojo to Kanojo no Koi, or I don't remember the English title.
Yumi and her love story or something similar to that.
Yes, that one.
I remember that one getting a lot of, not necessarily controversy, just a lot of people digging up stuff about it.
All I know is that like the game was like talked about quite a bit in Japan, and then all of a sudden like Doki Doki Literature happened, and then Japanese people are like, hey, why isn't this game more popular than that game? So it ended up being localized.
Yeah, because in that particular one, if you dig into like the programming or code, there are lines programmed for almost 50 years after you finally close the game. If you come back to it. So suddenly,
oh my god.
Yeah, the devs went all out on that one. Yeah, it's...
I love Potato Wild Blue. Hi, Sid. Nah.
But yeah, Nitro Plus, good storytellers, I'll say. Oh wow, wait, they did Saya no Uta. Of course they did Saya no Uta.
Saya no Uta, they did Phantom of the Memories? Is that what it's called? I can't remember.
I can't remember off the top of my head either.
Something, Phantom, something, I can't remember.
That says here Phantom of Inferno.
Yeah, Phantom of Inferno, yes.
Wow, wait, they were active from all the way back in the 2000s. Holy heck, okay.
Yeah, and they're still active now.
Ah, that's Dramatical Murder. Of course that's Dramatical Murder.
Ban Twitch game.
I'm not surprised at all. Good lord, I am not surprised. Alright, alright. Alright, so let's drag in an audience question for this one.
Yes.
Let's go with Heroes one. Just straight up.
Oh, of course they're gonna go with Hero's question after this.
Yep, the sort of feeling of whether you need to be say-so or not to be a good VTuber.
Like whether I have to be say-so or not to be a good VTuber?
Generally
There's
speaking.
always such bad discourse about this because I think it's because I think when it comes to being say-so, people don't want to see like anything not safe for work, which makes sense totally. And then they're like, which means I'm say-so, but say-so is literally means pure, which is an idol term for pure because it literally comes from Hololive, which are supposed to be like girls being VTubers while also being idols, but some of them are not say-so.
Ah, yes, there's one specifically that does mention, yes, I am the say-so representative, is the complete opposites, nonetheless.
Yep. And also, like, I think another reason why people say this because they don't want to see people that are like, I have a feeling it's also like putting down lewd tubers too. Like, I don't consider myself like R18 or a lewd. Well, I might as well be R18 at this point, but like lewd tubers, like they get put down a lot also because it's like they don't want to see horny on main.
Ah, yeah, there is that sentiment after all. You don't exactly want to scroll your timeline then suddenly see, well, it's an ass everywhere, you know?
I'd say my TL is pretty just normal, like no, like I guess the occasional cheesecake, but then one time I was like scrolling down, and then I saw someone who like I thought was just kind of like they're just like say-so-ish, I guess, but then I saw like full ass hentai vagina. I was like, whoa, I didn't know you swung that way. Like I'm not judging them at all. It's just I'm just like it just kind of put me off guard.
Now, for my timeline in particular, when I scroll down it, it's a case of, oh, what hour of the day is it? Oh, it's past 7 p.m. I guess it's horny hours all of a sudden.
After dark hours.
Yep, because all of a sudden it just gets completely flooded by God and
Horny.
Yeah, a lot of horny. And I generally don't browse Twitter after that specific hour. Not in public, at least.
No. And then, what's the big deal of being one rather than being open about it? Well, I have seen some people actually complain about like people being horny on main while not marking themselves as R18.
Ah, yeah, I've heard quite a few people complain about it in past. Like just, oh, why didn't you shove the R18? Or suddenly they come out with, oh yeah, I'm actually R18 or whatnot. You ever find yourself perhaps doing that at some point?
Well, I don't know. I kind of like the way my Twitter is. It's just kind of like low-key, normal, while I just RT things that occasionally shows a bit of like just hot girls, some like I don't really RT anything like too heavy on like BL or stuff, but I definitely don't like interact with like NSFW posts in case someone accidentally sees it.
Fair enough in that regard. So
I'm like more or less keeping my Twitter kind of cleanish or so, even though I do have like a few like ship posts, even like a meme art that I've made, even though it's like it's just dumb stuff really. But on streams, on the other hand, I'm completely different. That's when I can start like saying stuff.
Okay, so in that regard, do you find any like particular benefits to just being straight say-so or being straight like lewd or complete out there per se?
If you're full on say-so, that means you're attracting basically family friendly, so you're attracting a minor audience, like audience full of like kids. It's like yeah, like you're rated E for everyone. Personally, I don't find myself rated E for everyone at all, and I always say that I'm like R15 or like rated 17 and up, but I actually do not feel comfy being around minors, period, whether I'm say-so or not.
That's fair enough, but let's see. If I'm to throw a random kind of curveball that I probably just thought up on the spot, honestly, you find that miners really have too much of a place in the indie community, per se? You find that they come around that often, or...?
I've seen a couple like miners be like that want to be VTubers, but of course they can't afford a model or they can't afford rigging or even the programs themselves, which makes sense. But the only time I see miners that get it is because they either have a job or their parents are paying for it.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, I try my best like to make sure the person I'm interacting with is not a minor. Because I don't like interacting with minors, period.
Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of more awkward issues to deal with when it comes to minors, I suppose.
Yeah. It's for the sake of safety.
Yeah, I'm personally not that big a fan of it either. After all, if you look at my own theming here, it's bloody... what's it called? It's a bar.
Yeah, bar. Yeah, imagine minors coming into the bar.
Oh boy.
Oh, I was just gonna catch up on chat. I think there's a game out with an achievement to play this game after 2 years. Oh, back on the eroge thing. Man, couldn't it be me? The system sucks. We live in the cloud. It's community-driven solution over prep. Yeah, it really is community. Like Twitter doesn't have a stricter. Yeah, Twitter is a little bit.
Twitter is very hands-free. Just anything goes, essentially.
They need to fix themselves, but they like money too much to want to fix themselves.
I mean, there's been quite the shitstorm in the past 12 hours or so on there, which I will not bring up any further, but...
I didn't even see anything, but I was asleep due to a hangover. Well, not hangover, but like due to drinking, and then I'm just like, okay, time to sleep. Bye.
Fair enough. Yeah, in that regard, then... One of the curveballs I've noted down, which isn't too much of a curveball considering what kind of setting we are in right now. Are you much of a drinker?
I used to not drink that much, but I think first time I started drinking on stream was the New Year's one, and then I started drinking due to Mahjong Soul.
Okay.
yeah. I like with the Mahjong Soul collab. I ended up drinking with Hiru and Rilu. That was a week ago or two, and then yesterday with Lister and Lucy, and I'm like, yay, another drunk stream. But then I ended up drinking less because I'm like, yeah, no more. I'm gonna not drink for a while after that.
The Mahjong got you drinking. That's an interesting one per se. Because me playing Mahjong is usually perfectly sober, but yeah, I can see the appeal in drunk Mahjong, especially with the amount of dumb stuff that does happen in that game. Good lord.
Like every time I play Mahjong, it's so chaotic to the point where I think alcohol is kinda... It makes sense for alcohol to be involved.
Ah, yes indeed. I once won a Yakuman off of Blue during drunk Mahjong. That was fun.
Blue! Red Blue! That was a whack collab. Nothing tops 16.5.
16.5? Mahjong. Yeah, that one. We don't talk about that one. We don't talk about that one. Also, yeah, Blue. So essentially what happened was we were at a New Year's party just drinking, and of course there's a Mahjong table there, so yeah, we all just hit it up. 4 of us at the table playing drunk Mahjong. The rules were pretty simple. You deal into someone, you take a shot. You deal into something worth 2 Han, you take 2 shots. You deal into Mangan and above, 3 shots, Hanuman 4 shots, etc.
Oh my god!
Yakuman, I think, was closer to... it was either 8 shots or 12 shots.
Oh my god!
And we were playing by the rule of if you dealt into an open Riichi on purpose, then you took a Yakuman. So, open Riichi is where you declare Riichi and you flip all of your tiles face upwards. For the whole table to see. And Blue dealt into that.
Okay, there's another reason why Blue is called Bottom Blue.
Yeah. Bottoms up, you know? Drink the whole bottle. The Richu was your own fault, buddy. Anyway. Okay, so let's see. Where am I up to with this? Right, so what got you into Mahjong then?
What got me into Mahjong? So I got into Mahjong because all my other like VTuber friends were starting playing it, so I'm like, maybe I should start playing it too, even though I never played Mahjong in my single life. And while I was playing it, I actually had no idea and didn't understand how to play it. So I ended up having a new regular as a result.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, like they like seeing me play Mahjong, and I do allow backseat gaming with Mahjong because I still am not very good at the game.
Mahjong's an experience game also. But the more you play,
Really
the more you
is.
learn, I suppose.
Exactly. And then at one point I think Hiro had like a chart to help me out and helped me and Rilu on how to get Yakumen, so yeah, that helped a lot. Thanks, Hiro.
Myself learning how to play Mahjong was somewhat horrifying, actually.
Oh god.
'Cause
Oh god, I'm scared.
Because it took almost 3 years.
3 years, yabayo.
It was 2 years of not playing Mahjong properly at all, because the way I was taught was how to tilt the most number of people at the table possible. Since it was IRL Mahjong, so there was no CPU helping you process the rules or anything, or stop you from declaring an invalid win. So every time was make hand that doesn't exist. Call Ron. Oh, this hand doesn't exist. Everyone at the table. What the hell, man?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And that went on for 2 years.
Yabayo.
Yeah, that fella named Raid over there, he was the fella that taught me. Not the best.
Wait, that Reed person taught you?
Yep.
Hi Reed. And you go quick plug your tutorials, oh god.
Oh, I've done up like 2 quick tutorials on Mahjong. I need to get back to that at some time. But yeah, I've realized that I should do those from the ground up again. Because there's a certain amount of literacy with games that is a bit troublesome, per se. Like when you teach someone a game, you think, oh, it should be very intuitive. If you tell them that you can just jump, you expect them to maybe press A or something, and that's your jump. Or spacebar, even. But that's only because we're so, like, we've already been indoctrinated into that kind of thinking, that spacebar automatically equals a jump button, or that something else equals this other concept.
Video games really have ingrained that to our heads big time.
Yeah, like another more analog example would be if you were to tell someone to draw. If it was a card game, most people would immediately think, oh yeah, draw a card. But if that was the first you'd ever heard of it, draw what? Essentially.
Like, which one do I draw?
Like, it's kind of literacy that is a bit on the weird side, per se. Because games have ingrained that over time just through controller design and input methods, blah blah blah. But yeah, in that regard, when it comes to VTubing, do you find that there is a certain amount of literacy required to access this kind of crowd or this content?
For Mahjong Soul or games?
Specifically just for VTubing. So if you were to boot up a random VTuber, could you understand if they were going with any kind of jargon or talking any kind of typical cultural stuff, if you will?
That's an interesting question. Like, if I were to boot up into being a VTuber, as soon as I got into my character, like, I had to, like, think of what the character was about entirely. And the personality, too, even though, like, it's more or less me. Just a little more hyper and excited. But, like, my real normal self is actually kind of boring.
That's, in which case, let's throw in this other scheduled question. So... Alright, why the played up voice?
Why the voice? So I use this voice I use this voice for streaming because I actually do not like my normal voice at all, and like I've always hated it. Like just just a lot, and I thought like if I used my normal voice, people would hate it and they would just turn away, and which is kind of lonely. So I end up just using this voice. Yeah,
Alright.
yeah. To those lucky people that came in, yes, I do have a normal voice with a normal voice redeemed for 50k points on my channel.
50k points is gonna take a bloody long time to save up. But...
I know. You're gonna have to spend lots of time with me if you want the normal voice, if that's the case. But because you lucky people have arrived to this interview, I will give you a free treat. I'm showing you my normal voice because typically when I'm in Discord just vibing with people, I tend to use my normal voice sometimes. Well, it depends on how many people there are. Like if there's a lot, I use this voice, but if I'm with people, I use my like a few amount of people that I trust, then I tend to use my normal voice. Like Eco, when I first met Eco, I was using my normal voice.
Was a bit surprised at that because it was just like
you kind of popped in out of nowhere.
Yeah, and then I heard you freak out later that someone else had heard your normal voice. I was like, I'm here, but okay, sure.
But yeah, I guess I could start using my normal voice now. Oh god, I'm nervous.
This far in, it's been almost an hour. It's been 40-something minutes at this point. You're a decent way through most of the questions anyhow.
That's okay, but yeah, just gotta take a quick drink of water.
Yep, by all means. I'll grab myself a drink as well.
So, this is actually my normal voice. Hello everyone, my name is Rira Chiyong. This is my normal voice, the voice I use off stream.
I'll say it's got its own quality to it, I'll say. Like, it's not necessarily a terrible voice.
Thank you. I just don't like using it because I always feel like I sound dead on the inside.
Okay.
Yeah, I always feel like I sound dead on the inside, which is why I don't use it at all.
I mean, from a certain perspective, kinda, but at the same time, hey, it's a lower voice which has its own quality to it, so not necessarily a bad thing, I'll say.
I see. Oh my god, chat seems to really like my normal voice. I'm a sucker for low dead voices. Oh my god, Blue. Oh my god, Blue. No wonder why you're called... No wonder why people call you Bottom Blue and gave you a fucking hashtag. But I'm glad Sid likes it. Hi, Sid.
Just that straight up reaction. Yep. From what I recall, it was actually Yagi that gave him that hashtag, just after a short while.
Wow, Yagi really gave him that hashtag, huh? Wow. Yeah, no wonder why he's called that. No wonder.
Alright, I'll toss a suitable curveball here, I suppose.
Okay.
How do you feel about degrees of separation from your streaming personality? Like, for you, is it just an on and off switch where this is normal Rira, this is streaming Rira? Or is it more so just something that's more integrated?
I have a feeling it's more integrated because when I'm actually streaming Rira, I am a lot more excited and I have my more like positive side to it, even though I'm still technically myself. But then when I'm my normal self, I tend to be a lot more like I tend to be a lot more quieter. Like quieter, more kind of low key a little bit, but although even then I'm still kind of chaotic and still not that different. If that makes sense.
It makes sense to an extent, I suppose. Because, yeah, it is just the person behind the personality just bleeding through just a bit.
Totally, because VTubing is a performance.
There is that saying out there that acting is just telling a beautiful lie, so good lies have an essence of the truth behind them.
Oh, it totally, like, it kind of feels that way too, because I do try to be, like, positive as possible, but then it's like, but in reality, I, like, try to, even like in Discord servers, I hide my issues a lot, like, because it's, like, too personal, no one needs to know, that kind of thing.
No, that's fair enough, after all, because there is that idea of a public image to kind of uphold, or a brand identity, if you will.
Totally, yeah, exactly.
So in that regard, how
Like,
much how much importance do you place on a brand identity or just the character of Rira? How much do you care about the image that kind of gives when someone mentions your character?
So, even though Rita is a very small VTuber, I actually do care about her a lot because she brings happiness in people, and I see my viewers get happy, and it actually makes me happy. So I kind of want to continue on being Rira.
Mm-hmm.
And even as Rira, it's fun interacting with other people too.
That's fair enough. Let's say in that regard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in that regard, congrats on passing 500 on Twitch.
500 on... Wait, what? I have 500 on Twitch?
Yeah, you passed that.
What?
You actually passed that the night all those bots invaded, just with natural
What
followers,
the...
actually.
Oh my god, I got 500... I have more followers on Twitch than Twitter. Nani sore.
Hey, I'm in the same hole regarding that anyhow, but hey.
Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Oh my, suddenly Taro pops up, okay.
Hi Taro, how are you? Congrats for the free redeem of normal voice.
Let's see, even with this normal voice, I'll say, some of the more uppity Rira does show through as well, I'll say. So it's definitely not...
The uppity?
More uppity,
yeah.
or more streamer friendly, I suppose.
Oh yeah, like I said, I'm still more or less the same even with the normal voice. It's just I always feel like I sound dead on the inside without it.
Oi.
Or with it.
Dead on the inside, huh? Okay. Let's see.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see. Time to bring this back to the more regular spree of questions. Never mind, I think we did run out of the regular spree of questions, so from here on is curveballs and improvisation.
Yabaizo.
So one of the other curveballs I had written, which I probably should have brought up a fair bit earlier, is how important do you find a VTuber's lore to be? So the story they put behind the character.
VTuber's lore. Honestly, when if you think of a VTuber's lore, it kind of adds to the character, and you kind of know, like, oh, what's going on with them, and it also, like, kind of tells a reason on why that's the case with them, and kind of explains why they stream as such.
I do suppose, but most of them kind of just end at the part where they say, oh, now we stream.
Yep. Now we stream, and it's like, oh, we found the human world, which is my case.
You find that there ever needs to be any kind of, say, plot development or any advancement of the lore?
Not always. Not always, because if there's any advancement, all of a sudden, like, I feel like there's a bit of a change, like a rebranding, or, like a bit too much of a change, and it's, like, to the point where it's kind of like, whoa, what the heck happened? What the heck happened kind of thing. Is there a rebranding?
Oh, boy. In that regard, then, how do you feel about people that need to do a re-debut or need that image change? What are your thoughts in general on the, rather than debut culture, the re-debuting culture?
So, even though I said I personally don't want to do a re-debut, even though I'm getting an upgraded model, I was told that re-debuts are important just to, like, kind of show off the new model, kind of like I said, hype train, because I've seen one VTuber who apparently re-debuted twice.
Okay.
Because, like, I think I saw one that it's like, oh, hey, it's a re-debut back in, like, maybe December, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I didn't check them out, and then I saw that same particular VTuber that says, hey, re-debuted, like, about a month ago, and I'm like, whoa, what?
Okay.
Two different models at once. Yabaizo.
I mean, models...
money.
Models, sure, I suppose, if you have the money to wave around, but if they're re-debuting a new character or new personality type or whatnot, it's kind of jank with how young the scene is so far, I'd say.
It just feels like re-debuts just kind of feel like, hey, come to my stream. Just come to my stream for that one day so people can like plan it and then go there. And that's just my take on debuts and re-debuts. Like I still think they are like debuts are especially important just so it's like, oh, you introduce yourself and this is what you'll provide kind of thing.
Kind of that pilot episode, I suppose, or just that one straight introduction.
Basically, yes.
Like for yourself, when you do your 2.0, because you do have that in your Twitter handle 2.0 soon, blah blah blah.
Yes.
Do you plan on announcing and making it a big event, or do you plan on keeping it as something more like a showcase, rather?
I might make it just as a showcase, but I don't know. I'm like, is it worth putting slides in? Probably because I made a lot more new friends and viewers now. And then it's like, hey, if you want to get to know me again, then here we go. Here's the information that you know about Dita. And then there's like the YouTube debut where it's like, it's typically YouTube debuts are just short introduction videos. That's it.
YouTube debut.
It's like 3 minutes. 3 minutes versus like an hour and a half or so.
Just a short little, yeah. This is me, I suppose. Is what it would
That's
be.
okay.
Let's say, would you find yourself on YouTube at any point? Or do you think you'll just stick to Twitch?
I'm planning on posting videos on YouTube, mostly like highlight videos and covers, though I think covers are more kind of on the side alongside speed paints, but every time I try to do speed paints, I end up drawing it to the point where I forget to record and I'm like, ugh.
Okay.
Yeah, I forget to record and I'm just like, so.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, speed painting, it's one way for an artist to show off, I'll say. So it does make for some nice content here and there.
Yeah, plus speed painting kind of helps like inspire like other artists too and influence them to do more art.
Are you looking more for that inspiration angle, I suppose? Would you like to be inspiring people down the line?
I mean, it'd be nice to be known as inspiring, but personally, I don't think I'm that inspiring. I'm just a dragon. I'm just a dragon that just wants to stream and do stuff, that's all.
Dragon, eh?
Yep, I'm a dragon.
Alright. Okay, just give me a moment to stretch just a bit.
No, I should probably stretch too.
Because, yeah, getting cramped in one spot for a bit is a little, yeah.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. Whoa, that was quite the crack. Yeah, bye.
Uh-oh. Oh dear.
It's good, it's all good. Also, nice to meet you, Taro. Sorry for the late reply.
Alright, let's see. Let's latch onto that for a moment. How do you feel about the sort of lifestyle that comes with being a VTuber? Just someone that plans around the need to stream, per se. Like, go about normal life, go work, study, whatever, come back, stream. Then you keep hearing about all these people that should really be asleep.
So, like, streaming's actually a lot of fun, because of, like, the whole, like, thing happening, like, people want to stay up all night. Sometimes they just want to stay up and study, or just, like, stay up and try to work on things during the night, because during the night, it's easy to get more productive.
I would agree on that, yeah.
And of course, watching streams at night actually helps you become more productive, too, while talking to the streamer, too.
That's fair enough, because after all, nighttime, very little in the way of interruptions, unless you've got one crazy loud household or something. But, hey.
Oh, totally. And then there's some people from NA that live Asia time, or like you're up, the reason why you're up so late is because you're talking to people from either Australia or Asia.
Right. I will ask this question. How does it feel talking into the future?
Not bad, not bad. How's the next day happening?
How's the next day happening? It's a bit too bloody hot over here, but yeah. Pretty normal, really.
Give me the hot weather. It's too cold up here in Canada.
I would much prefer the cold weather, honestly.
Come to Canada, we have snow.
We have snow down here too. It's just only in like localized in 1 or 2 places.
So probably the mountains.
Thereabouts, yeah. Have you ever watched a cloud pass through a mountain?
No?
Yeah, no, the entire place bloody fogs up and then, yeah, everything's just covered in... Yeah, you can't see more than a meter in front of you. It's kind of, yeah, really yabai.
Yabai.
On that front, why is your default response to a lot of things yabai?
So, because, I don't know, because I'm a bit of a weeaboo, like, I do plan on actually learning Japanese. I always, like, react with, like, yabai, or, hontou ni desu ka, kind of thing. Another common thing I tend to say is, naruhodo ne, which is, like, I see.
Yeah, that is what most of those mean anyhow, and in regards to, say,
Like, yabai is basically, it literally means dangerous or no, but then it's also used as, no way, or, oh my god, oh shit, kind of thing.
Your kind of generic response, I suppose, that you can just pull out.
But then every time someone says, oh yeah, something is yabai, I'm like, oh.
Just immediately onto that. Yeah, that might be a bit problematic.
And I get called out for it. I'm like, why?
I mean, just listening in on any of your streams, if I were to count the number of times you have said yabai, I'd be pretty damn rich by now. Probably.
I might need a yabai count or something.
Yeah, just have like a counter that anytime that you say the damn word, you just slap it and it's like +1, multiplier
it's gonna
times
be like
2.
100. It's gonna be at 100. 1 million? 1 million? I'm like, Hiro, go back to your stream! Go talk to May, goddammit! Don't leave May alone!
Amazing how this guy manages to be in multiple places at once, you know?
He's in a collab!
I know. I'm well aware.
When I'm in a collab, I focus on the person I'm collabing with. Not someone else's stream.
Okay, let's go with that then. How do you feel about, during collabs, the interaction you need to hold with, say, chat alongside with your collab partner? Do you find that you need to focus on chat more often, or more on the collab partners, etc.?
So, originally I thought it had to be both at the same time, but then I realized there's actually an etiquette to it, and I kind of realized it too late until a friend of mine decided to DM me and said, hey, when it comes to collabs, you need to, like, not do that and try to don't worry about too much about this. And I'm like, oh. Like, it's to the point where I feel bad.
Yeah, there is a certain level of etiquette to go with it, from what I can tell, just...
Because it's like...
Yeah.
Because, like, I didn't know, like, there's a push to mute button, because I'm like, push to speak is, like, a bit of a pain to do. But then I found out there's toggle this button to mute, and I'm like, oh my god, it actually helps so much. So I can use it to talk to chat instead of pressing to mute, which will cramp my finger.
Like, personally, I just leave it on, like, I think I have it hotkeyed to, like, Alt-Q. But since I share this machine at home, every time I log out and someone else logs back in, my hotkeys all reset.
Oh god.
So there are times where I hit the button and then I don't hear the mute sound and I panic. I'm like, shit, I did not set that up.
That actually happened with a collab before, and I was like, wait, you heard everything? They're like, I heard everything, and I was like, oh god, and then I realized the toggle to mute button wasn't there anymore.
Let's see, I find that it's more so the etiquette if everyone is streaming at the same time, and it's that kind of collab, where people are going for like different perspectives, and they each have their own chat. But if it's just everyone in one stream, and then specifically just one chat, I'd say it's kind of fine to just openly say things and draw the other collab partner's attention to chat, even.
I see.
Because everyone's on the same page, essentially. Rather than, oh, you need to take care of your own audience because you brought them with you, or you need to be more aware of your audience whilst there are other people's audiences listening in as well.
Exactly, yeah.
Because then, yeah, everyone's just in the one pool. For instance, if we did this interview as like a two-way street instead of just like one way, then...
Oh, that would be a pain.
Yeah, it would be. It'd suddenly be like, oh, someone mentioned in your chat, oh, someone mentioned in my chat, or back and forth kind of.
Yeah, that's a bit awkward, especially if it's like interview kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I'm glad I'm not streaming and just in your stream. It feels nice, nice and cozy.
Yeah, but you still have some people bleeding over, like Hiro over here.
Hiro, go back to your fucking stream.
He says he can multitask. I'm on the side of believing him to an extent. Because that guy seems to pop up everywhere.
He's such a stream sniper, but I love him.
There was that one occasion where he was getting stream sniped by everyone else, but hey. that one was a fun one to watch.
Oh my god, that was fun.
So how do you feel about stream sniping, where people say, oh, it's my favorite streamer playing this game, or this multiplayer game. What if I can't come in and mess things up for them, or whatnot?
If it's a friend, I'm okay with it. Like, if it's a friend, I'm okay with it, but if it was a stranger who just keeps beating our asses, I'm just kind of like, why are you here? We don't even know you. If you're gonna be doing that kind of thing, talk in the chat.
So you wouldn't specifically mind if it is someone just in chat?
If it's someone in chat, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind if it's my viewer, because I'm like, aha, hello.
Hello, it's you again.
Yep. Because in Mario Kart, in my stream, we had to deal with a stream sniper that kept like getting first place for some reason, and just kept flexing on us. And then in Hero stream during Mario Kart, that same stream sniper was there, and I was like, what the fuck? They were in our stream. Oh yeah, another thing I forgot to mention. When I'm using my normal voice and normal Rira, I tend to swear a lot more, because as streamer, I tend to like try to swear less, but it still like bleeds out.
No, I get that kind of sentiment, because yeah, even myself, let's see, if I'm more so in that radio kind of mindset where it's just, oh yeah, I'm broadcasting to the Australian public, then it's like, yeah, I probably shouldn't swear. But if I'm on stream and I'm just playing a game with, say, Yagi, which swears like a bloody sailor, then it's no helping it, really. The Aussie just, comes out.
Wow, Alex, wow. Wow, Alex. Just wow.
But yeah, in that regard though, if you had the opportunity to choose your audience, would you tailor your own audience, or would you just let it go? Let it be free?
I think typically my audience tends to be people in their 20s. It's mostly, I think my audience is mostly just young adults, which makes sense, but even then I still try not to swear, because I feel like it's funny if I just swear like very few times, because it'll throw people off guard.
Yeah, that's also a way of seeing things. After all, shock value only works so many times. It's
really
why
does.
a certain word like yabai kind of wears off after a while, you know?
Oh yeah, because I'm so used to the word yabai. I'm so used to using it.
Because yeah, like even myself, just a random experience was just one of the random tutors I've got is an American, and yeah, fella tries his best to not swear like a sailor like the rest of the Aussies over here. Tries is the key word, because yeah, when he hears all the swearing, he joins in too, of course, but
Oh my god.
yep.
Who's sailor what? It's just the Aussie lexicon.
Yep. Aussie lexicon tends to be very heavy on the cursing. And very heavy on the overfamiliarity, I suppose.
나르호도ね.
Hmm.
Yeah, I noticed that a lot of Australians swear, including the Australian VTubers.
Yep. It's part of our parcel, I suppose. You click in on an Aussie, you're more or less expecting them to curse like hell. In which case, what could you say about Canadian VTubers? Do they share anything in particular?
The Canadian VTubers I met up with, they're actually quite chill and really, really sweet. Like Yumemi is Canadian, but she's a super sweet person. And then there's also another one who's like I'd say they're in some ways not different than Americans, but they're a lot more. Oh god, this is such a stereotype. Polite, even though there are such things as rude Canadians.
Oh my. Yes.
And the thing is, some Canadians can be savage too.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Have you run into savage Canadians then?
One of my friends, yeah.
Oh well.
Well, though I've known her for years, so like, yeah, she can be savage when she has to be.
Alright, that's fair.
Oh, I guess I can too, in case I deal with a really rude, like new viewer.
Let's say, what's the rudest viewer you've dealt with? Just straight up.
Oh boy, this is a hot competition. When I had a few viewers come by to my stream and say, "Hey, no offense, but your voice sounds fake," which is so rude, even if it's true.
Oh no.
Yeah, I banned them instantly.
Oh boy.
And another case was I think I was a little too soft on them. Like this happened recently. Was someone tried to ask me for a face reveal.
Eh?
Yep. They're like, "Hey, what does your real face look like?" And I was like, I asked my mom to time them out for 10 minutes, which is probably a little too soft.
Probably, yeah, because in the regard of just doxing or straight doxing, yeah, no. Usually that's one line that shouldn't really be stepped over, just in any kind of scene, honestly.
Like, even if they're not a VTuber, it's still a rude thing to say.
Because, yeah, like, in that regard, how many viewers have you had ask for, say, personal details or just try to dox you or just do troublesome stuff like that?
I'd say so far I just had one. Yeah, I think I just had one viewer say that because of like the whole like, oh, face reveal thing.
Oh boy. Right, yeah, I may as well mention it then, yeah. How do you feel about that whole trend, like, give or take a month ago, where people just straight up went face revealing? Just all over Twitter.
Oh man, so the fact that it became a trend was a little bit scary and dangerous, considering that it's like you guys really want to reveal your faces? I mean, it's up to them if they want to reveal their faces or not. Like, I don't care. But, like, if you're creating this brand of being a VTuber, you kind of have to be careful about it.
You find that...
Like, I'd say be careful, and then, like, someone might try to find where you live by looking at your face.
Yeah, that's always that inherent risk, then. You find that
and then
ruins
find out your old account.
You find that ruins the immersion?
Personally, not really. I don't really care, because it's like, even behind our VTuber, we are all human afterwards.
Yep.
Like, am I really a 3,000-year-old dragon?
I'd be questioning my own sanity if you really were, honestly.
Oh god, if I really were a 3,000-year-old dragon, I'd be wrecking things so easily.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
It also plays into just like, age is a taboo, don't ask for age, face, don't ask for the face, don't ask for those kinds of personal details.
Oh, totally. Though,
Hmm.
Though with age, all it matters is that I want to make sure you're an adult and not a minor. That's the only thing that I care about.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what's the age of minors over there again?
Uh, like under 18.
Oh, just under 18. Okay.
Yeah.
And then drinking age was different, or?
Drinking age in Canada depends on the province. Only 3 of them are 18. Most of them are 19.
Oh, wait, you only go up to 19. Oh, okay.
Yep. While America's 21.
Oh, don't worry. Down here, down under, we're logically 16 to 18.
Oh my god.
Because we have some weird laws which essentially say if you have a consenting adult, blah, 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 then you're allowed to drink privately, blah, and that kind of stuff, but not in public spaces. It's very weirdly written workaround.
I see. That's interesting.
Yeah, come down under if you want to drink. No, not really, but our drinking culture is very much any time of the day is a good time for a drink.
Even during the morning?
Yep.
What the heck?
Hey, if you woke up and you just want to get completely pissed, then yeah, sure. Take a drink.
Finding old persona may not break immersion, but instead may place wrong expectation. Yeah, it really does, especially with like the whole like face reveal thing. And I have seen VTubers where it's like they show their face sometimes and then they do their model, and I'm just kind of like, you just kind of used up your money for that, but okay.
Yeah. Because there is that certain affordance that you need to make where it's just, yeah. You're the character that you want to portray, not necessarily the person behind the character. At least when it comes to streaming.
That's true. God, during the selfie thing, like some people ended up getting FOMO and they're like, "Hey, here's a selfie," and I'm like, "Oh God." I was like, they fell for it. Yuck, yikes. I mean, I fell for it too, but I ended up covering my entire body with a cozy and then just replacing my face with an Eevee. And I was like, hey, this is me. Need as an Eevee.
Oh my. Let's see.
Our drinking age is 18 plus, but I've seen me with my own eyes. Parents adding vodka to orange juice. Oh my god, Jesus.
Oh, making a screwdriver for a 16 or 17-year-old. Jesus Christ, okay.
What the fuck?
I've heard some very dodgy stories when it's come to orange juice and vodka, but maybe I'll link you one of those later, because those are on the very, very dodgy end.
Yeah, that sounds dodgy.
But yeah, in which case, how do you feel about VTubers that straight up, like, burst over trends? The moment they see a new trend, they immediately hop onto it without thinking of the consequences.
I always try my best to avoid trends. Like, I sound like an old boomer and like just like kind of like a no fun allowed kind of VTuber, but it's like I don't have the energy to join trends sometimes. Like with the whole ooh rap thing.
Oh,
like,
God.
I don't want to be well known for that and have it at all, because I'm like, oh, people will know that I did the ooh rap. So that's what, because, and the thing is, people did ooh rap for like clout and like getting it at like 2K, and I'm just kind of like, it's like, hey, get up to 2K just for the ooh rap, which is like, it's just funny because it's like humiliating them, but at the same time, it's like, did you really want to do that in reality? Like, did you actually really want to do that? I'm not judging or anything.
The dodgiest example I saw of the ooh rap was just Blue going like, oh yeah, get me to this before Nanamin, and yeah, he'll do it.
Wow. And then Nanamin got him successfully.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, and he actually did it. I'm like, Blue,
and then he did it anyways.
Blue, please. you really had to.
Oh god.
But yeah, I don't know, some of the trends that go through the indie VTubing scene kind of seem more like trolling or just like a way of seeing...
It's just memeing it.
Yeah.
It's just memeing on Twitter. That's it. Only one of them I've seen got, like the ooh rap got posted on YouTube, and that's it. And now he'll forever be known as the ooh rap person because of that cover. Forever and ever.
He doesn't think, he just vibes.
Okay, that makes sense. I got accused of being a furry because I like to jokingly overuse "oh" and
Oh
what does furry
no.
have anything to do with it?
This. Oh god. But yeah, trends. I don't know. Some of them in this community feel very forced or just very.
Like the bottom voice trend.
Eh? Wait, that was a thing? Eh?
Yeah, like something I was like, oh, so you're a bottom, huh?
Ah.
Yeah, it was just voice tweets and being all like, I didn't think you were such a bottom, huh? Or something like that.
Yeah, that one I surprisingly hadn't heard about.
Oh, okay. I gotta send you that. I don't even know if now is a good time to really send that. That's because there's too many bottoms out there. Just like you, Blue. Just like you.
Oh dear.
Let's see. I'm just searching up a random VTuber who is Oh. Oh, but it's so true. It's so true. You are a bottom.
He says he's a Switch. I doubt. I heavily doubt.
I doubt it too.
Alright. Let's see.
Yeah,
Wait.
it's just people saying fucking bottom. That's it. That's it.
Wow.
I might as well just. Oh god. Yep. I might as well just send it to you. It's just people
I'll take a
QRTing
look
it.
later.
No worries. No worries.
But,
Yeah, I end up not participating in it because I'm like, I do not want that kind of reputation.
Yeah, I don't know. Trend chasing. It's.
Yeah, it was Tira that started it.
Oh dear.
Yep, it was Tira that started it.
Yeah, trend chasing, I am just not a very big fan of myself either. Like, even if it's possibly a way of getting big very fast, if you manage to catch onto the right trend, it's still just. I don't know.
Yeah, you have to be careful with it.
I don't know. Half of it still feels like you're selling yourself out to something.
Oh, totally, I agree. Which is why it's like, it probably explains the small following that I have, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't care. There.
I'm roughly in the same boat, honestly. Just
You'll get there.
I don't particularly care to grow my own following that hard. I'm just here to just talk to people, essentially.
Me too. Me too, and it's fun playing games with people too.
Mm-hmm. Hey. What?
Like, it's fun playing games with people.
Yeah, it is. Alright, what was the train of thought that I had just a moment ago that suddenly just went zip and disappeared?
Ah, shoot! I guess I could answer one of the audience questions that I got from the post.
Sure, there's 3 of them there.
Yeah, I only answered Heroes. I'm gonna go answer Yasin's, even though he's not here, but that's okay.
Yeah, sure. Go for it. Alright.
He asked, what inspired you to choose the current theme that you might have right now? So, I'm not sure if he means like the onsen or the healer part, but the healer part was basically just Final Fantasy XIV, while the onsen part was just from traveling, which I think we already covered in the beginning of the interview.
As for the expansion on that would be Blue's question.
Any plans to expand the Onsen Empire, or any future thoughts? That's a good idea. Imagine having a chain of a ryokan, and then having multiple healing onsens.
Oh my.
I guess I could expand it by like adding more like healing properties and getting more people to just kind of have a nice dip. For the onsen. So that's actually kind of expensive now that I think about it, because resources plus getting the onsen's not that easy to get because you have to wait for the geyser to just blow up.
You can always drill your own, but yeah. Still, everything involves money.
Oh, totally. And I can only like fit maybe up to 2, like I'm always in the onsen myself, but I can fit up to 2 people in there. Because if I fit another person in, it gets awkward.
Hey.
Yep. I put in a bunch of PNGs in a like onsen before, and oh my god, it just was so crowded and it felt uncomfy.
Oh dear.
It was uncomfortable.
I had a different train of thought for a second, then I lost it again. Okay.
Dameda.
Okay. Nope, still lost.
Was it another curveball?
Might have been. Because I've... Let's say... Regarding curveballs, I'm pretty sure I've gone through most of them at this point, actually, because you've managed to answer them surprisingly quick.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
The last one I have here is just one regarding, like, general design philosophy, I suppose. So,
I see.
When it comes to VTubing, do you find that having a more unique design is important, or is it fine to just run with something very generic, per se?
If you want to, I'd say if you want to be recognizable as a VTuber, I think it's important to have a somewhat recognizable design, especially if you want to get out there. But the thing is, like, some people think overly complicated designs means it instantly gets them recognizable, but in reality, not really. Like, you can even have like a simple outfit and be recognizable.
Yeah,
like look at Voms and
fair.
Pikami.
Yeah.
Like Pikami's design is so
very
simple.
simple ones, yeah.
And
it's also
Temmie
a
herself
case
is
of-
simple too.
Yeah, it's also a case of, like, there's a million cat girls out there, though. But there's a million... Yeah.
Okay, originally I did want to be a cat girl before being a dragon, but I'm like, there's too many cat girls. Like, I like cat girls, but I feel bad being one. Though I can't really be talking because there are a lot of dragons in the community, but not as much as compared to cat girls.
I'd say with cat girls, you have literally just, you have ears. That's about it. Dragons,
Ears and a tail.
Dragons tends to be horns and a tail, I think. Usually. Something like that.
Yeah, but we're pretty varied.
Yeah, there's a good variety with dragons, simply because there's a lot from different cultures as well.
Oh yeah.
But I swear,
Yeah, us dragons are very diverse.
Yeah, I swear if you look up any, like, animal or household object, you will probably find a VTuber that's based around it. Just as a way of getting somewhere, or trying to get
like
somewhere.
another hot take, but I still think, like, I still respect them and think they're valid. A lot of the Fox VTubers tend to have the similar theme.
Do elaborate.
Like I'll see like a Fox character, but they'll also wear like the same like Japanese style clothing, like the Miko style clothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they all kind of looks similar and sameish, but I think it's because they're going for a yokai, which makes sense. But at the same time, it's like,
It's a very common yokai. At that
Oh
point.
yeah, it's like kind of same outfits but with different varieties. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, to an extent, yeah. After all, I don't know. There's only so many ways of doing, I don't know, shrine priestess that happens to be a fox, I guess.
Oh yeah, but you can still like change it to make it different. Like, just make sure like you get the color right or like the design pattern right, kind of thing, just to be more recognizable.
I think off the top of my head, I know maybe 3 or 4 dragons, at least that I've talked to.
Have you talked to more cat girls or dragons?
More wolves, probably. Yeah.
Oh, wolves!
Yep, there's quite a few of those out there too.
Like, I've seen wolves, but... I feel like they're not as common compared to cats.
I don't know, somehow I don't seem to run into the cat girl kind, at least. Like, you see them around, of course, and they're...
I've run into a few cat girls.
Like
And cat boys.
cat boys. Oh, man. Do I let this bleed out? Probably, I don't know. For me, whenever I ran into anyone who played a male Mikote in FF14, they were usually at the bottom of the DPS pass. Cough, cough. But yes, I don't have a very high opinion of Catboys.
Bottom DPS, huh?
Yeah.
Huh. That sounds a little yabai.
I may as well throw this curveball at you that I've just improvised on the spot now. When you were playing healer in FF14, did you DPS?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Good.
I sometimes I attack as a healer too.
Oh, sorry, I just had to ask that, just out of pure habit, because, yeah.
I attack as a healer. This healer can attack people too.
Because, yeah, the amount of times I've been burned by healers that don't know how to DPS has just been really severe.
Sometimes I run out of mana because of how much I DPS to try to kick the enemy.
Good job. Good job.
And to beat the ads too.
Christ, because yeah, one fellow that was in chat earlier, that guy, when I see him play healer, it's a case of healer limbo. Or tank limbo.
Healer, like they just sit there, do nothing, just heal.
Tank limbo in the sense of, I'm going to keep DPSing, so how low can you go?
Oh god, what a bottom.
So he waits for how low the tank can go, so up, they're at like 10%, okay, here you go. Here's your essential dignity, okay, you're back up.
Oh my god.
And then just keeps DPSing, or just leaves it until they're at their bot, at almost the, like, until they've popped a bunch of cooldowns, and it's like, oh, sure, yeah, I'll heal you now. Oh, you could have avoided that damage, I'm not going to heal that.
Wow.
I will say, the guy's an amazing healer. It's just very scary tanking for him.
Yabaizol.
That guy used to stand at the top as one of the best tanks, at least on the server that I was on.
But really, really scaring, like scaring even DPSs too.
Yeah. I don't know. When you see someone that's ridiculously good at an MMO, it's just like, Christ, they put in a ridiculous amount of hours in and actually know what they're doing. But then, yeah, I don't know. I can't see myself stepping back to FF14 these days, because I went back for a free weekend, and it was like,
I've been trying to, but like I've been kind of busy with things, so it's kind of hard to get back into it. But I'm trying my best.
Because I went into a story trial, so just a normal version of a boss. It was like Titania, essentially. And
oh yeah, Titania, I just beat her.
Yeah, for Titania, the group I ended up going in with wiped at least 3 or 4 times.
Oh Jesus, that's a terrible group.
Yeah, it was Titania normal too, so
How do you feel at Titania more normal? What is wrong with them?
Yeah, so I hadn't played the game since Shadowbringers launch, essentially, so it's been a bit over a year almost. And I was top DPSing, which was very depressing, because I was just slamming buttons, essentially.
That's not good.
And yeah, as it happens, wipe again, wipe again. We have Echo at 15% now. We can clear this, surely.
Oh god.
Anyhow. Good lord.
God.
Okay, we're back alive again.
Heroes influence is getting to me. God.
Oh my, but yeah, as I did mention. Yep, thanks for the welcome back. Yep, as you figured, it is AussieNet being absolute garbage. Being an absolute jobber at it, but yeah.
I was like, so basically, when Aussie internet was happening, I was talking about how like we first met, and then like before reaching out to me for this interview, and I'm just like, this is this is just funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't quite catch that part that you mentioned though. So
yeah, because I think I was just talking to you and Hero server like normally, and then you popped in, and then Blue was there too.
Mm-hmm.
And you were like, who the heck is this? What's up with that name?
Yes, the down bad dragon.
Every time someone mentions me being a down bad dragon, no one's gonna understand the joke because it's such an inside Discord joke to the point where no one will really understand it on stream and on Twitter.
Oh boy. Well, at this point, isn't it stuff like super down bad dragon?
I don't know why he calls me extra down bad dragon. Like,
oh, it's
like it
super extra. Okay.
yeah, super extra down bad. I'm like, why? And now other people call me down bad dragon, and I'm just like, I don't think the audience is gonna understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Unless there are other VTubers that see me on Discord.
Oh my. Let's see, so... Okay, so... That was the first time I spoke with you. Can you take a guess as the first time I had ever heard of you?
With my normal voice, I think. Or can take a guess of first time you heard of me?
Yep. When the first time I saw you on a random stream. Take a guess.
The time when I was doing art or doing a collab with,
It was a collab with someone, yes.
Was it with Hiro and Rila?
Nope.
Wait, who
This
was
would
it
have
with? Let me go.
been... This would have been either late December or early January, I think.
Wait, what? You knew me back then?
I'd heard of you at least then, yes.
Was it the Overcooked collab where I was really, really, hungover?
Nope.
Shoot, what the happened? Is your stream okay again? Heck, Henry.
Yeah, it's fine, it's fine.
I'm just looking at my schedules. I was like, what the heck did I do? I really don't remember what kind of collabs I did. Shoot. Because I think I did more collabs late December. Was it Phasmo?
Yeah, it was Phasmo.
Was it with Nanamine, Yula, and Hazumi?
Yeah, that would have been the one.
Oh.
When I tuned into that one, it was just mainly watching from Yulei's perspective, and then was just like, oh, there's someone there being very much a weeb. Okay.
Yep. Aren't we all weebs?
Back then, still, you were saying yeah, bye.
I was the most weeby one.
Yeah.
That was back in... No, wait, that was in December. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I didn't know you heard of me back then.
When did you assume I had heard of you then?
Recently?
Honestly, I'd never expected to end up speaking to you at any point.
Me
Past
neither.
that.
I get very surprised when people say, "Oh, I've heard of you," and I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Small world, you know? Small world.
VTubing community really is a small world.
Yeah, at the same time, if you type in VTuber into Twitter, you get a million bloody search results.
That's true, but it's like a whole bunch of different VTubers. It's like, wait, who's that? Who's that? Who's that kind of thing?
Yep, it is a case of who the heck is this? Or, how do you find with the sheer number of VTubers that keep popping up? Do you find that there'll ever be an end to it?
Like another reason why there's more VTubers popping up is because it's like a new thing now, like a trend.
And it is a trend in of itself, I suppose.
Oh yeah, like it's a total trend where it's like, oh, everyone and their mom wants to be a VTuber, which is like it's totally fine because you can still be successful as a VTuber, like even if you like start out, like even now. But it's really hard to like actually debut now because of the high demand for modelers as well as riggers, and rigger prices have especially gone up in price.
They've realized the importance of their art, after all. Where there's
Yep.
demand, well, they can adjust to meet supply.
Oh yeah, and there's just a lot of riggers who have their commissions closed. People trying to fight for Iron Vertex.
Oh, the Iron Vertex fight is bloody, to say the least.
I like I've heard, and I'm just like, oh my god.
Let's see, do you run into that issue of scarcity yourself? Or,
Scarcity?
like, do you find an issue trying to find a rigger or an artist, say, for your 2.0?
Well, the one that did my model, she did the art and rigged it at the same time, which I'm just like, oh wow, that's amazing.
Oh, yeah, that
But
is quite impressive.
yeah, there's some people that do rig and do the art themselves, but currently, unfortunately, my mom is not taking any more commissions because it's like she's not in the best state of mind right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so not much you can really do about it, but I am thankful that I managed to get it thanks to her.
Let's see, in that regards, what's your opinion on the people taking a hiatus or just giving things a break because perhaps VTubing wasn't all it was cracked up to be? So the quitters, per se.
Oh, the quitters. So, yeah, I have a few mutuals that did actually, like, just take a break, and I think one of them was for personal reasons, so they ended up having to like be all like, oh, I might not VTube ever again because of certain incident that happened. Like, I don't know the incident. It's probably some sort of like private IRL kind of thing, but like I knew them back in like maybe November where I was like still kind of like when I like was still kind of like getting things around, and then like I think maybe sometime December they just disappeared and just quit.
Wow, okay. Do you think we're gonna find a lot of people bleeding out of this community in that regard? Just
I have a feeling that might happen because there's people like not knowing what to do. There's gonna be people like questioning themselves, or they feel like they feel like there's like an even bigger competition. Like, yeah, V2 community is fairly competitive in some way, but it's more supportive than any other community I've ever seen. Like the art community, for example, is cutthroat.
oh, I'd imagine, yeah.
It's severely cutthroat, alongside like voice acting.
Oh, voice acting, good lord. Voice acting in any English community is absolute misery. Voice acting in the Japanese community is worse than the idol community, so yeah.
Oh god, it totally is.
Because yeah,
But
it's more the case of voice acting is something you're expected to be able to do, not something that's a particular talent, per se.
oh yeah.
So,
But
yeah.
the good thing about VTubing is that we're all supportive and we actually try to like look out for each other and kind of thing. But unfortunately, there is like some sort of like form of cutthroat thing happening too. But it's like it's a bit of a small number for that.
Yeah. Do you find that you need to have a talent to stand out or just something to set yourself apart? Or can you just be someone very dull and normal and still make it in VTubing?
By dull and normal, do you mean like just someone?
But the most you have to offer, say, is maybe you play games.
I mean, that still kind of makes you a bit of a talent because it's like you're still like playing the games, just like kind of like. I guess that kind of brings back into the e-girl thing, like you mentioned. Like, don't get me wrong, there are girls that are really good at playing games, but it's like, of course, it's like they're there and it's like they just attract an audience. And if it makes them if it gives them the boost and support, then it works well for them.
I suppose, yeah. After all, use whatever edge you can take.
Exactly, but if they do start up taking up a new talent, like, oh, let's learn how to do this, that's actually a really good thing.
Mm-hmm. It shows that
'Cause
you're willing to make more of yourself.
Exactly, yeah. Because I've seen people like be like, hey, let's learn how to draw, or hey, let's learn how to do this. Oh, first time doing this, and it's like, go for it, you're doing awesome.
Mm-hmm. Like, it does also play into just being able to have more variety, I suppose. So, for instance, you're not strictly just games or just talking or whatnot. You also have your art as well that you can fall back on. And
yeah, that's why I'm considered a variety streamer. I don't know, because it feels like most of the initial hype wave died down. Bleeding should kind of stop to an extent. Yeah.
I mean, we may stabilize. We may just find a point where the amount of people going in and out is roughly the same.
Oh yeah, because there's a lot of people spending a lot of money on VTubing, and there's already like a scalping issue with PC parts right now. God, it's so bad. I was there because I was bored.
You should have seen audio equipment. Audio equipment went off the shelf really quickly.
Oh God.
Like
I can imagine.
Like, I'm always going to shill this goddamn mic I'm using because it is probably the easiest thing you can use. Just straight going into whatever audio production. This thing is a Shure SM58. It is a very reliable vocal mic that has been used for over 60 years. It is
Holy shit, 60 years.
It is dirt cheap. At least when it comes to microphones. And it is the most reliable thing you could ever use. At least when it comes to recording sound.
Yeah, your sounds are doing great.
Like, it's nothing spectacular, but at the very least it'll never fail you. Even if you throw it off a cliff, even if you run it over with a truck, even if you use it as a hammer. Any of those, don't care. You can pick the mic up, plug it back in, still use it, works perfectly fine.
Yabai.
This thing's the equivalent of a Nokia, but yeah. This thing will always be cheap, though, is the thing. Regardless of how many people try to buy this thing up, it will stay cheap, because they've made so goddamn many of these things to the point where if you ask someone to draw a microphone, they will probably draw it.
I see.
On the other hand, though, the audio interface I picked up was $80 when I picked it up at the start of like last year sometime, and by now has doubled and almost tripled in price.
Oh my... Kyle, nah.
Yeah, it really is, eh? But yeah, Alex, yeah, Shure products tend to be very reliable, at least in terms of audio, and generally don't get marked up too much.
Oh my god, that's a high price. Jesus. 3,100. Oh my god.
I think that's more so the brand.
Oh, okay.
Or the particular model. Most people you see that do commit to streaming end up picking up the next level up from the mic I'm currently using.
I see. I see.
It's, let's say, most typical mic you see mounted on a boom, essentially. So it's the, as mentioned by Alex, it is most likely just the MV7, or it's one of the 7s from what I recall from Shure. Like, if you look at your typical streamer, you'll see them with this really fat mic with like a block on the end. Yeah, that's what this is.
Oh wow, that's a pretty high-end mic.
Yeah. I don't know, for example, if you say, tune in on a Domo stream, that's the mic he's using.
Oh, damn.
You tune in on any high-end streamer, that's likely what they're using. Yeah, SM7B. MV7's cut down, so yeah.
I just use a Blue Yeti X.
Blue Yeti's perfectly fine, honestly. Like, in terms of audio equipment starting out, as long as you're audible, as long as your audio is clear enough, no problems.
Oh yeah, I think that's all that matters. I used to have a Blue Yeti Snowball, but it gradually died down to the point where it sounded extremely quiet, so I had to like get a new mic.
Fair enough. Because yeah, audio equipment tends to be make or break, I'd say, when it comes to VTubing.
Oh yeah,
Because
totally.
one of the things they definitely expect you to be able to do is speak, at the very least.
And use a good voice.
Speak, have a decent voice, and be able to sing, rather. One of the
Oh
contents you
yes.
can produce is a cover, pretty
Oh
easily.
yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking of singing, shouldn't I start singing the song that you asked me to sing?
Yeah, by all means, if you wanted to sing a song, then sure.
Okay.
Let's see,
Okay.
regarding the specifics on Discord though, you will need to, let's see.
I provide the karaoke version of it.
Yeah, so the issue with this would be I'd either need you to route this into your own microphone setup, or
Wait.
you would just
Route this into
acapella.
my.
Route this into your own sound or Discord, or you would need to just acapella it, essentially. If you knew
Mm,
your way around, say, Voice Meter or Sync Room, then those were two good solutions. If not, don't worry, just acapella it. Perfectly fine.
okay. Wait, are you gonna play in your stream or am I just gonna do it myself?
Let's see. So since it'll be acapella, I'll just mute whatever Toho stuff I've got, and it'll just be you singing, essentially.
No worries. We can have a count on three what to play the video.
Okay. Somehow
Like what
I'm
to play
guessing
the.
that somehow I think that'll just go completely out of sync. So
That's okay.
don't worry about any instrumental or whatnot. Just sing. Perfectly fine.
All right. Okay. It's okay. It's just like a. It's just a really easy like slow song. So. Mm. So I guess I'll acapella it.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine.
Okay. All right. Just gonna move my mic up there because I gotta stand up while singing.
Oh, okay. You have much better practice than me then. Because I actually sit down while singing because I find that more
Oh.
comfortable.
Oh, it is comfy, but it feels better to sing. Your singing gets better when you stand up.
Yeah, specifically, you can provide more power, more air. Yeah, just
Mm-mm.
better flow in general.
Okay. All right. Shall I start singing?
Yeah, by all means.
All right. Three, two, one. Um,新しい破滅は歌獣となり時り奪い去る針のしられ因縁の糸たり血と羽ばたつまい恋くらい白からいつは遠く聞こえ甘い記録羽ささまえく黒い花あの声が 新せり恋や歌育む名舞へよ無と立ちくりしが行く赤い森からいむべく汚れはらぬ弱いあの思い剥がれる黒い花あの声が祈りの血があるまま黒い花あの歌で懺悔の日が春まま消え最悪は街をいる壊れた時人夢繰り返り別れゆき許されざる音話しゆ Okay, I think I'm done. How was it? Without the sound in the background?
Oh, you did quite well, I'd say.
Thank you. Thank you.
Some notes a bit shaky, but apart from that, no, pretty damn good.
Thank you. I don't think I was warmed up enough properly, but that's
Yeah,
okay.
that was probably it, but yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't warmed up till the very end.
You find yourself particularly singing that often? Or is it more...
I've been trying to do more. I was hoping to do more karaoke streams, but I haven't done one in a while. That and there's only like a few select songs I'm able to sing, but I need to practice singing more songs.
Yeah, there's always that feeling of wanting to expand your repertoire when it comes to karaoke or just music in general.
Yeah, but
yeah,
it does take a lot of
it does
practice.
take time, yeah. Like, it helps a lot
Thank you
if
for the
you...
pachi pachi.
It does help a lot if you know the language, per se, but yeah.
Oh yeah. Even in English, I still struggle singing it too.
English I actually struggle a lot singing, usually. Like, there's a couple of bands where, sure, I know the songs more than well enough to sing them quite well, but then for a lot of English stuff, it's just like, nope, 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 nope.
Oh yeah, I don't sing English songs for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
I literally only have one English song in my song list of song requests for my redeem, and that's it.
Oh, wait, you keep a list for your redeems? Actually, yeah, you did.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I have a list for the redeem so that it's this list of songs that I know how to sing.
Good idea, good idea.
Yeah, it really helps a lot.
Because yeah, in my case, I just keep a spreadsheet of like, how many songs is it at this point? It's about 200 songs, which I can feasibly pick up and sing.
Ooh, that's not bad. That's not bad.
I'll just shove you a link to it, because it's... Some people have said it's good
うん。
inspiration to see, at least.
ああ、なるほどね。
Because, yeah, there is a lot of dumb stuff on there.
Well, if it's something you like, it's not dumb.
Fair, but it's a lot of either Anisong or Boomer Vocaloid or just stuff from all over the place, really.
Oh wow, you have a huge list. You have a huge list of songs you're able to sing.
The ones with 50-50, I'd normally doing with a duet partner or just someone else to help out. Anything that says yep on it, I can
Mm.
confidently do on my own.
Ah, I see.
And anything with
Oh wow,
specialty on
that's...
that is just something I'm pretty damn good at.
Oh damn. Oh damn. Oh my god, you can sing Cantarella!
Huh? Yeah, that's one of the ones I'm particularly good at.
Ah, Cantarella. I'd love to hear you sing it.
Sometime.
One day. One day.
One day.
You can only sing Last Stardust when pissed.
Oh, Last Stardust takes up a lot of breath, so yeah, if I'm
Oh
particularly
wow.
pissed, I can pull off Last Stardust.
I see. One day. One day.
One of the more common ones I do at my karaoke streams. I think I did it in the last one I did, but the last one I did is a bit on the scuff side because
That's
was a
okay.
bit tired and was just like, I'm doing this without any warm up or any practice, so it's a bit, yeah.
Yeah, I'm warming up. Oh, you have some good connect some Clarice songs too. Yatta! You have good taste. You have good taste.
Oh yeah. I don't know, my taste is just all over the place because it's just, yep,
Still
listen.
very good taste.
Anyhow, yeah, I suppose we'll conclude the interview on that note then.
Yeah, thank you so much for the interview. That was quite some time or quite the thing.
Yeah, well, one day I'll get people back on that I've already interviewed, so look forward to that, I guess.
I can't wait to see more of the interviews happening.
Anyway, let's see if I can't find someone to raid right now. Oh my god, Hero is still going.
Hmm. Hero, what the hell?
Yeah,
And I already rated Hero yesterday.
I'm half tempted to send it over to Hero, but I'll send it over to a friend instead. So
Okay, let's
let's
send
see.
the...
I don't particularly send raid messages or anything, so yeah.
Did you want to use my usual raid message, or should we
Eh,
come up with one?
yeah, I'll just send it blank, really. Because, yeah, I
No
normally
worries.
just get there, then explain to whoever's there what the heck was
It's
going
all
on.
good.
So, yeah, I'll send us to loading and then, yeah,
Okay, okay.
count us out, I suppose. So, 10, 9, 8, 7,
Thank you so
6,
much for watching,
5,
everyone.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright. Oh, Kiari!
Yeah, would be Kiari.
Yeah, Kiari, I love her. Anyways, thank you so much for stopping by, everyone. Had a wonderful interview.